Welcome to the original rock and wrestling radio show. Welcome to Beyond Ringside, your source for wrestling, MMA, and boxing in the Southeast. To contact the Ringside Roundtable of Beyond Ringside, email them at beyondringside@gmail.com. And now, your host for Beyond Ringside, the man, no myth, all legend, Fast Eddie Layne.
Or what's left of him after this weekend. I'm serious. It's legitimately what's left of him after this weekend. Greetings. Welcome to Beyond Ringside Live. I'm live from Studio 1 in a multiple location station. Like to welcome in tag team partner, the one, the only, MaBo Bowman. What's up, brother?
Hold on. Oh, ear itches.
What?
My ear canal itches.
Well, at least it was not another canal that was actually itching. Thank you to everybody.
I took care of that before we went on air.
Thanks for sharing.
Hey, you opened your mouth and said it, not me, buddy.
Schmidtke, there's your new phrase to run off with. And Cosper, too. Jack Wads. Better yet, the Jimmy Kimmelism. Jackholes. I'm going to watch the Skype line in a minute. First off, thank you to everybody tuning in through BeyondRingside.com, as well as through the Beyond Ringside radio app for Amazon, Android, and BlackBerry. Apple users, thank you for tuning in through the TuneIn radio app, Ustream up and running, as well as the various other methodologies that we were in play, that some of which I'm just now finding out about. I did not know until a couple of days ago that if you have Downcast or Downcaster for Apple, you can pull us up Beyond Ringside, the Beyondcast podcast, all of the above. We've also got more ways that you can pick up the replays, as well as, of course, through the Beyond Ringside radio app and through .com. The player is on 24/7. Drop over, click. It's just that easy. Got a question I want to lead off with, and with everything going on, it's been a tumultuous week in a lot of different ways. But I'm going to start. I want to start on a high note to a degree. Is there nothing, or is there anything legitimately that ACH can't do and do well? MaBo, you know what I mean, right?
I don't know. I don't know him personally.
Okay, you've watched ACH in ring on a number of occasions, especially through Ring of Honor and a couple others that he's been part of. From that vantage point, the man has pulled some spectacular moves. And just when you think it's like, okay, we've probably seen the ceiling about where his range is, all of a sudden he pops another one that just makes you sit back and go, damn.
Oh yeah, he's really good at that flippy dippy stuff. Really good. He's like the man that gravity's not too well acquainted with, because I don't want to steal Adrian Neville's line, so let's just say that, yeah, ACH is the man that gravity's not too well acquainted with.
There you go. Yeah, I was watching the Cedric Alexander ACH match on Ring of Honor this week, and when you get a chance to watch it, I know you haven't seen it yet because of the scheduling conflicts in our home market. We get a chance to see it first on Saturday nights at 6 p.m. normally on WABM My 68. And thanks to football season and Sinclair Broadcasting carrying some obscure games, they're not even carrying SEC or something from around the state. Ring of Honor gets bumped. Well, normally they'll move it to like 9 or 10 p.m. on Saturday night. That way it's like, okay, fine, the DVRs will adjust. This time, I managed to catch the final few minutes and overtime period of two teams I really wasn't familiar with, which it's football to a great degree. And then it went into Ring of Honor. So I was watching, like I said, I caught the ACH Cedric Alexander match, and ACH just hit a full-scale extension senton style dive up and over the top, and it was just an absolute thing of beauty. And like I said, the extension, he went full body layout virtually the whole way through the dive. And I'm sitting back going, holy crap, is there nothing this man can't do? And I really enjoy it when somebody like ACH is put with someone like Cedric Alexander who can match the style. Because both men are able to take it to the air that fast. I mean, Mark, agree or disagree?
Agree.
And I'm very thankful for the fact that Veda's just gotten past all pretense and has decided to go with the short poofy skirt and the shorts underneath. Just saves a lot of worry about whether or not something's going to ride up. So it's like, okay, it's there. You can see now.
She is a hottie, that is for sure.
Yes. That is one thing I will sit back and say. If I had the opportunity to sit down and speak with Veda Scott, I would ask her... I'd ask her about 100 different questions, and maybe 5 of them would have anything to do with wrestling. But that's just me. I'm a sick person, and we all know this. I make no pretense about it. One of the things that I enjoy about the fact that I get a chance to do this show with people like Mark Bowman and Wicked Nemesis is the fact we're all 3 warped, twisted individuals, and we like it that way, right?
Banana.
Peach. The password is fruitcake casserole. Ugh, that just sounds bad. Now, of course, with everything, with the injury that transpired this week, let's go ahead and dive right on into that one. I'll shift over WWE. With the injury to Seth Rollins and the prognosis being anywhere between, once again, they go from the conservative to the uber conservative when it comes to this. And I respect the fact that they do that. It's like, put him on the shelf long enough for him to genuinely heal. Because everybody in a sport or form of entertainment is always dying to get back into the ring. Now, laying it out there real quick, legit. When you first heard or read about this, Mark, what was the first thing popped through your head?
Wow. I was just floored, really. I mean, I didn't know... Well, first of all, I didn't even know they were in the UK, to be honest. So when I found out they were in UK, I was like, what? But, or Europe, I don't know where they were. Anyway, first thing I thought was, how did it happen? What happened? What were the circumstances? Was he working out? Was he, was it in a match? And then, I eventually saw the footage, and you see him just go, just goes whack when he comes over, and you just see it hit and then buckle, and it's just like, oh, Jesus. So, but first thing I thought was, well, I didn't think anything negative, like, well, there goes his career, or anything like that, because he's still relatively young, so... he'll be able to hopefully he'll be able to bounce back and, get back in the ring. But I was, first thing I thought really was, this is definitely shaking up the landscape. And, who, not so much as champion, but who's going to take that top heel spot.
Right.
So, it's going to be interesting. And then, of course, word came out there's going to be a tournament and blah, 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 so... Which wouldn't be the first time that there was a tournament at Survivor Series for the title. Right.
They've done it at Mania. They've done it at Survivor Series. I'm asking because I don't know, and I know that you have had a chance. You may have had a chance to read where I haven't. I've been on the road so much; it's just I haven't really had time to think about it. Have they mentioned who all they're going to have involved in the tournament?
I haven't seen not one dadgum name. Like, I guess they're waiting for tonight. Tonight. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Unless you're listening this somehow, on Monday, then, yeah.
Then it'll be later tonight if you're listening on Monday. Let's see. It's 5:46 Central Time, 6:46 Eastern, which means it's around midnight in the UK, so Matt Denton's probably headed for Monday by now.
Yeah. So Matt Denton and Daryl B., if you're listening to this, well, technically no, because when they watch Raw, it'll be tomorrow. It'll be Tuesday.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Damn it, I hate it when that
Although
happens.
Matt Denton does have the ability to stop time. I've seen it happen.
Wait a minute. Let me double check something because okay. For some reason I'm on WWE.com right now trying to find some information, and lo and behold it says tonight on WWE Network Survivor Series. Really? And then it says beside it, next pay-per-view, Sunday, November 22nd, Survivor Series. So there you go, kids. Even WWE messes it up every once in a while. Like daily. No, but I'm in the same boat. First thing that I thought of is like, oh man, I really hate to hear this. I really do. Because I thought at first it might have been a rib. And then I started doing a little bit of homework on it. It's like, yeah, the match on tour in Dublin, Ireland, it was Rollins versus Kane. I didn't watch the exact incident where it occurred. I always hate it like that because I'll end up watching, I watch football all the time and you'll see people's legs get twisted in the worst positions. And that's when it's just like cringe. And I've suffered everything. Twisted ankle, sprained ankle, heavily sprained ankle, twisted knee, sprained knee, all of the above. Thanks to football and different things, my body's gone in more different positions than inflatable balloons at a circus. Or when a clown gets a hold of inflatable balloons. There you go. Francisco Chiazzo, that one's for you, buddy. There are some people who don't like clowns, some people who do, and everybody has their perspectives. But, yeah, and I made that move over to the train of thought. It's like, oh, God, who are they going to put in this? Because I'd also heard about the tournament, and they reacted very quickly. And I give credit for WWE actually reacting that well and that swiftly. There were some hypotheses last night. BR Road Trip, hashtag Party at Peach State. Myself, Robert Cosper, the SS Schmidtke. The SS, the Battlestar, and the Frigate. There you go. We were going over different possibilities about how different individuals could probably flourish in this tournament. And, it could be an 8-man, it could be a 16-man tournament. And because if you have an 8-man that has a tendency to where you're going to say, well, why wasn't this person included? Whereas if you have a 16, even as deep as WWE's roster is, the first thing you're going to look at is like, okay, let's pull up the Andy Hudson and go, that's a cannon fodder. That could possibly go either way. And you know what I mean by that. And
yeah, but with that many people, though, in a 16-man tournament in one night, what about all the other matches that were listed?
Right.
Time, things are going to be rushed. So.
Yeah, and that's one of the main things that you have to look out for because they're already, of course, talking about the, the tag team title match, Usos versus New Day. I believe that's slated to occur. Now,
has that been announced yet?
I think it's been announced. I know we were talking about it last night. I don't think we actually got a scoop.
Like I said, I missed Raw Monday night, but I know you still got the Wyatts versus the Brothers of Destruction. Some people are saying it's going to be, a traditional Survivor Series. See, I hate when people say traditional Survivor Series 4-on-4. No, traditional was 5-on-5. Fools, quit saying that. But that's not good. I'll explain in a minute.
Okay.
But you also, you've got or it could be. They're saying it could be just the Brothers of Destruction, just a 2-on-4. But what's if you have an 8-man, that's I could see that working or whatever. But yeah, if you have a 16-man, how you can have a 16-man without Bray Wyatt in a tournament? So that's the big thing right there. And
also, I would add this: if you have a 16-man, do you go ahead and if you do go ahead and put New Day versus Usos, why not just go ahead and have Kofi and Woods take on the Usos and put Big E in the tournament?
That's another thing. And then you still got the women's match.
Charlotte versus now, according to WWE.com, the only things that have been officially announced are Charlotte versus Paige for the Divas Championship and the tournament. Those are the only official announcements through the Survivor Series page on WWE.com. So,
wait, when's the pay-per-view?
Allegedly on the 22nd. 14 days, 1 hour, 7 minutes, 32 seconds from now.
I ain't asked you all that stuff now.
You asked when the pay-per-view was. I just answered the question.
I asked you when the pay-per-view was. I ain't need an exact countdown clock there, NASA.
Me like you, NASA. They get to see all the cool meteor showers long before I get a chance to miss them.
There's another something. I think there's another meteor shower coming up soon.
I thought it was last weekend.
No, there was one that was like 4th, 5th.
Okay.
And I think there's one a little bit soon. A little one, another 2-day event. Maybe 10th, 11th. I don't know.
In an 8-man run, do you include Big Show? Do you include Mark Henry?
I think Mark Henry. Well, yeah, it's like you said. If you want fodder.
Do you hold off on the Brothers of Destruction versus Wyatt's match and include Bray Wyatt and Kane?
No. That has been built up too damn much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, Wyatt has abducted Taker. He's abducted Kane. He's tried to abduct Ryback for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know why. There's no spirit to steal.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, he needs furniture moved or something. I don't know.
That's possible.
Yeah, but...
Feed him an ottoman.
Feed him some personality. I'm sorry. Look, no offense or nothing, but is Ryback jacked to the moon and look like a superstar? Yes. Actually, he looks like Goldberg had sex with Rob Van Dam.
Oh, that's funny and agreeable. I agree with that.
Yeah, but does he have personality? But he has the personality of a stoned Rob Van Dam and Goldberg.
I don't think he has the personality of a stoned Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam was good on promos when he was high.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's just like this...
Goldberg never really was that great on promos. Goldberg played...
But, I mean, I agree 100%, but if Ryback's worse than you and you're Goldberg on promos, then we got a problem.
I mean, Goldberg was better when he had somebody working with him, and he kept it short and sweet.
Both promos and in the ring.
I will always go back to the exchange between Goldberg and Stone Cold Steve Austin when Austin was one of the authority figures, and Austin was trying to cut a deal, and Goldberg went, and then Austin said something, and then here comes Goldberg up to the mic and says, "That dog will hunt," and that was it. Let it go. And Ryback, I'm sorry, falls into that category. I still hearken back to that night where it was just the travesty of justice. Thank you, Gorilla. And he went on this, I come from this, and I am this, and I am this. It's like, okay, dude, you're making yourself way too available, way too personable, and you're supposed to be a badass. That was the same mistake they made with Roman Reigns. I will offer this up. And Mark, you can agree or disagree. And folks, if you're listening live at 5:55 p.m. Central Time on November the 8th, 2015, our chat room is open beyondringside.com, and you know how to find me on social media. When you are attempting, and I had this conversation last night on the special edition of BR, Party at Peach State. America Strong came on board, and she and I had a discussion about something, about being on the microphone. I told her she played something perfectly, and I thought that she did play something perfectly. Oh, wait, that conversation was held off air. Forget I said anything about that, kids. Hi, America. How you doing? Good to see you. Glad to meet you. But the Reader's Digest condensed cut. When you're casting someone in the role of a badass, when you are casting someone in the role of the strong silent type, or reasonably silent, don't let them talk too damn much. It kills the image. Legitimately, it kills the image. When you have, case point scenario, Goldberg didn't have to talk. Lesnar doesn't have to talk. Ryback shouldn't talk. Plain and simple. Remember Chyna? She did not speak much, especially in the early days. When you have someone in that position, Roman Reigns did not talk much. Still shouldn't. Still shouldn't. I just genuinely believe that when you have, whether they're heel or face, doesn't matter. And there is no such thing as a tweener, I'm sorry. Other than Miley Cyrus back in the day when she was one of the Olsen twins. you cast someone with the air of mystery to them and let that mystery remain. That's the easy way to say it. Because when you have somebody in that position and you open their mouth and let them talk, there's a good chance that that mystery, that mystique, that aura is going to go poof. Just that quick. Mark, your thoughts.
Look at Kane back in the day.
Yeah.
A lot of people said that was his downfall.
There was an evolution to Kane.
But dude, come on. When he first was all like, with the voice box, I'm like, talk it.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah,
it really sucked. But there has been an evolution to Kane, just like there was an evolution to Undertaker. Taker didn't need to speak much. He had $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, great on the microphone. He had Brother Love, just as good. He had Percy Pringle, phenomenal. God, I miss Percy Pringle. God, I miss Paul Bearer. God, I miss Bill Moody.
Did you see I think Mankind posted it on Facebook. It was it was like, took up the whole pumpkin, but it was a jack-o'-lantern that somebody carved to look like Paul Bearer. Like I guess if you were looking at like a upshot of his chin and face, and he was making one of his classic Paul Bearer faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Foley posted that on his Facebook.
Nice.
Check it out. But yeah, it was a jack-o'-lantern somebody carved it. It looked awesome.
I'm sure it did. Dude, the things you can do with jack-o'-lanterns nowadays far exceed what I could do when I was a kid. It's like, I was lucky to be able to play with a thin-gauge butcher knife or paring knife. Now it's just like, my God, you got laser pinpoint precision for these things. And it's like, yeah, I probably would be a finger or two short. I really probably would. But
I'd probably stab somebody. I'd stab the person next to me.
You probably would. Folks, hang tight. We're going to go to the top of the hour break real quick. Halfway through one. Sitting ready to keep this ride alive. Let's do it. Beyond Ringside Live returns right after this.
This is Jim Cornette. You are locked into the show of all time, Beyond Ringside.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
This is Dr. Tom Pritchard, and if you want to listen to the best in professional wrestling, get locked in to Beyond Ringside.
2010, after 2 years of constant bullying, 11-year-old Ty Smalley took his own life. In the past 7 years, more than 55,000 children have taken their own lives due to bullying. That's 22 youth suicides every day. Stand for the Silent is a grassroots organization that educates people about the harsh reality of bullying and the devastation it causes, and they need your help. Visit standforthesilent.org to learn how you can get involved and help us to save lives.
I stand for the silent. I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I'm Roddy Piper, and we stand for the silent.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Universal Soldier Phil Shatter, also TNA Gunner. 2 years in the making as NWA National Heavyweight Champion, making my way to the top as #1 in the world. And you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Do you like beer? Do you like business? Do you like businesses that make beer? Then you'll love this new show. It's the Beer Trail Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Price, and we're going to travel through the world of craft beer and talk to the breweries and see how they got started and what inspired them to make their beer. So check it out at thebeertrailpodcast.com and tell your friends. and hope to see you on the trail.
This is Bambi Weevil with Masters of Ring Entertainment, and you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Evan Ginsberg, associate producer of the movie The Wrestler, host of Legends Radio and Legends TV, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
Hey, by the way, it's Charles Butchwell, Dave 2115.
Welcome back into Beyond Ringside Live. Fast Eddie Layne on this side of the control panel. Welcome you back in. Tag team partner Mark MaBo Bowman. What's up, brother?
I'm spewing like a lava lantern.
God, stop.
Oh, my God. You guys ever see the first Starship Troopers?
No, I don't even want to think about that movie. It was just like gross.
You remember the big bugs that were shooting the,
yes.
plasma?
Yes.
Asteroids
Oh, stop it now.
Hey, you shush. You're going to talk about your stupid NASCAR and your football, so shush. I feel like when those big things their butts would light up and then shoot into space, that's what I feel like right now. I love spicy food, but in the end, it always betrays me. See what I did there? In the end.
There you go. Yeah, I saw that. I pardon the expression, but I kind of had a feeling that was going to be coming this way.
Oh, God, I hope not. I hope
and
not
since,
one of those gets a shizassing.
And since you did that and you picked on NASCAR, I would like to say...
I'm going to talk about NASCAR. Woo! Joey Logano did this and Davey Allison did that.
Don't you ever say the words Joey Logano on this show. I don't support the princess.
Was racing around in a circle, man, in NASCAR, poked your nose, Talladega, woo, in a circle, moves up in the point standing. Yeehaw, Tailpacks, go tax, M&M's beer.
You forgot Texas when you were talking about tracks.
Huh?
You forgot Texas when you were speaking about tracks.
I don't give a crap about a sport that's based off of moonshine running.
I do. I like it. I like the fact of the moonshine running.
Yeah, you like moonshine. That's why, you alky.
That, and as I've stated before, there is actually a little bit more to my love for racing because the factor of my dad and
was in it. Yes, we all know that, yeah. And that's awesome though. That could it, and who knows which way it could have went. This could have literally became Beyond Trackside.
Okay, Kenny.
This is not guys. That's not a dig at Eddie. I mean, I know how much he loves the racing in the circles or the wobbly circles. But he could have. This could have legitimately become Beyond Trackside.
That's still not a bad idea. Thank you. And if Kenny Wallace steals this idea, I will kill him.
Dude, why don't you do that? You just don't ever expect me to call in.
There you go, because you don't watch NASCAR, and I know it.
That, and he barely expects me to call in on Sundays.
It's easier to get you to call in on Tuesdays now than it is on Sundays.
No, not really, because I always fuss about it when you're like, we're gonna be going live, and you ready? No, what?
Do we ever take this crap seriously? Only when the show is over with, and it's like, damn, we forgot to mention this.
Yeah, we really do. Like, if you heard us off there, you would think that this was all an act, but it's not really.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not.
Talk about you. You know what? Since my guinea pigs want to be little buttholes and flip their bowls over, I got 3 bowls to fill up with food. So are you going to talk about your NASCAR?
I'm going to go ahead and cover it real quick.
Go ahead, cover your NASCAR real quick, and if you want to throw in that what's that other thing this state's famous for? What other sport? Cousin kissing. If you
cousin kissing.
Cousin kissing.
I'm not exactly into that sport, but go ahead and fill up your water bowls, and I'll go ahead and do something a little bit like this. I have been very opinionated in the factor that I do not believe that Matt Kenseth should have been suspended for 2 races. I believe 1 race would have been sufficient. Fine him $100,000, 25 driver points, 50 owner points, and let it go at that. Because looking at the overall situation, nobody really gives a rat's ass about Julie Logano, especially if they have an IQ above drywall paper paste.
Well, hold on. Did somebody? I hate to interrupt, but I do know from time to time, especially here lately, somebody's been, getting out of their cars and punching people. Did that happen again?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
God, I wish it would have, though. It would have been a beautiful thing to happen.
Okay, sorry. Go
Now,
ahead.
continuing on, I would like to extend heartfelt congratulations, and longtime listeners are going to sit back and get, he's actually saying this. Yes, he is. Congratulations to Jimmy Johnson, 6-time Cup champion, for winning his 6th race at Texas Speedway this evening. I managed to catch the second half of the race. I've been on the road half the day. I'll explain that in a few minutes. But from there, Duchess Keselowski had been leading the majority of the laps throughout the course of the race, which there's no doubt to the fact that the Penske Fords are strong. Win, lose, draw, whatever. The Penske Fords have been strong. And am I really upset that Julie Logano ended up going back to and had to go back to the garage? No, I'm not upset in the least. I just don't have anybody I can buy a steak dinner for. At least when Matt Kenseth did what he did, when he had the mechanical errors, which caused the crash. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. He should have too. At least then I was actually going to offer to sit down. Dude, I'd have grilled him a steak for that one. And the person who caused his car to mess up. But from there, Johnson pulled out the win this afternoon, which this was a very nice swerve on the circumstance, because everybody thought that Keselowski was going to run away with it, and I was afraid the Duchess might also, which would have locked him into the championship race in Homestead. But for me, it's as simple as this. The nightmare for most fans has been for a non-chaser to win, locking someone out of those 3 advanced positions. Well, guess what? Your nightmare came true, and it was 6-time that did it. Congratulations, Jimmy Johnson. Once again, great win this afternoon at Texas. Dad's happy. Carl Edwards turned in a top 5 performance. Junior Nation thought everything was up in smoke all over again because of Junior getting loose and hitting the wall a little bit earlier. And Dale Jr. managed to recover for to come in 6th, top 10 finish. So can't complain about that. It was overall a good day. The Duchess did finish 2nd. Kevin Harvick 3rd, Kyle Busch 4th, Carl Edwards 5th. Chasers finishing up and down for the most part. And, I'm okay with that. From what I saw, it was a good race. My dad was kind of curious about green flag pit strategy, wonder if it was going too soon. And I had to sit back and reassure him. It's like, Texas, you'll go through tires before you go through gas. And he's like, you're right. I've watched enough of this race. I should realize that by now. And it's like, every once in a while, Dad forgets things. No cute one-liner intended to go in there. That was just a legit me having to clear my throat and pause for an inhale. But from there, also, by the same token, speaking of things that MaBo does not pay attention to, roll tide.
MaBo's not even listening. MaBo's having to fight 6 guinea pigs.
He's in a guinea pig rumble.
Oh, well, technically that would be the guinea pig rumble strut, but... And can I take I know we don't really do shameless plugs, but I'll save it for shameless plugs.
No, dude, if you've got it on your mind, saying it.
Huh?
If it's on your mind, say it.
Well, yeah, because I forget mainly. I entered a... There you go, girls. There you go, Mama. I entered a little online auction, through Quit Throwing Poop, Facebook, a couple weeks ago, for... what was it? Let's see. Greater Haven? I have to look it up. Anyway, it was a organization that, not just guinea pigs, but I found out about them through Facebook because they do guinea pig rescue out in Oklahoma. But, won a little auction and won some prizes for the guinea pigs. And hopefully they raise a lot of money. By the end of the show, I'll have if you're in the Oklahoma area, I'll have the information if you want to adopt guinea pigs, cats, dogs, ferrets, birds, chickens. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead, Eddie.
It's not a problem. Oh, dude, you're fine.
I'm still trying to feed these guys. They're attacking me.
There you go. He's in the middle he's trying to be the referee for a guinea pig trios match.
Yeah, well, no, it would be a 3-way tag match.
I thought you had 6 guinea pigs.
I do.
Then that would be a trios match.
No, because then that would indicate that one tag team is split up.
Ah. So you've got 3 in one and 3 in the other.
No, you got two in one cage, 2 in one cage, and 2 in the other.
Okay, so it's a triple threat. Okay, now I know.
Yeah, triple threat tag match. You got Graham and Joe, you got BT and Wilbur, and then you got Mama P, which is Petunia, and Willow. What?
Nothing.
By the way, is it weird that my guinea pigs have nicknames?
Roll Tide.
Wilbur.
I'm going to buy him one I'm buying one more and a cage just under the pretense that he will actually name it Roll Tide.
I would never do that.
I'll buy you 2 and a cage if you name them Roll Tide and War Eagle.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, fine.
I might get away with the Roll Tide thing, but I name him Tide or Roll if he's fat.
Tide and Eagle. There you go. You can have...
No. There's no association with Auburn going on. Nope.
Oh, he does pay attention. There you go. Congratulations to the Alabama Crimson Tide. You absolutely pulled one out from under me yesterday and made the college game day crew on ESPN look totally bad again.
Are you okay there, buddy?
I'm dying laughing because Desmond Howard, Lee Corso, and Kirk Herbstreit all picked LSU to win yesterday. And one of my favorite people in the hip-hop community, and I would have said this a week before the predictions, but one of my favorite people in hip-hop, Rick Ross, the boss, picked Alabama. And I'm very appreciative of the fact that he did that. And just, I love the swerve because, Corso has learned a lesson in a little thing called the swerve, because it started out playing Hold That Tiger, i.e. LSU. So everybody thought he was going to go that way. Then he said, hold up, let me hear the real music. Then they started playing Sweet Home Alabama. Crowd popped. Then he went straight to camera and said, Roll Tigers, and pulled out the LSU head. So, and it's funny as hell, and I appreciate it for the entertainment value of what it holds. And that is one of the things that I genuinely would see. Here's a trick, kids. I would love to be able to, and unfortunately I don't have the budget. I get criticized every once in a while, or actually we get criticized and I'm the one who takes the heat, because we're able to do things with companies like Global Championship Wrestling, or we've done stuff with NWA Top Rope. We've worked with Empire Pro Wrestling. We've gone on the road to Peach State, AWE, Vintage Wrestling in Florida. We've teamed up with Distant Thunder Radio, teamed up with Power Pro Wrestling up in North Carolina when they were around. And we can't get, because of budgets.
No satisfaction.
And there you go. Thank you, Mick. MaBo Jagger. There you go. He moves like MaBo. Looks like Jagger.
If he moves like me, then he's not going very far very fast.
I love it. But seriously, I would love for us to be able to have the budget to do something like that, take Beyond Ringside on the road in a college game day-esque environment, because there's some great wrestling fans out there. Look, I've had the privilege and the honor of being able to meet fans in different areas of the country. Like I said, Texas, Ohio, North Carolina, all around the southeastern U.S., and I would love to be able to take this show out on the road and that we could all just hang out, goof off, cut up, have fun, get ready for a live event. And maybe, like I said, next Saturday night, I know for a fact we're going to be at Chelsea High School in Chelsea, Alabama. I'm going to be covering the show down there on behalf of a very good friend of ours, Country Jack Corey Hollis.
No. NXT Superstar.
Well, remember, he's not officially signed.
I know, but...
And he's also ROH Superstar.
Well, he's not really signed there either.
Well, by the same token, if you can call him an NXT star, we can call him an ROH star. He's made more appearances on Ring of Honor, though.
Hold on. Wrestling Superstar Standout.
Pro wrestling star, Corey Hollis.
But I don't think he uses the Country Jack thing anymore.
Yeah, they do.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, him and Adam Page. And actually, it's especially in PWX up in South in North Carolina. From that vantage point, Corey Hollis, Adam Page, John Schuyler, and Gunner are all part of a faction called The Experience. I have this on very good authority, and I have proof to back it up. Because remember, I think it's Adam Page.
Anybody that's been to one of the shows has the authority that they're part of a group called The Experience.
No, they are actually, because I was sent a picture. I think we covered it live. We broke the news that Corey and Adam Page picked up the PWX Tag Team Championships.
What, over the weekend?
No, a few weeks ago.
Well, dude, everybody knows they're The Experience like a few weeks ago. Yeah, yuts. I thought you were talking about like last night or something.
It's been a few weeks. You scare me sometimes. And that's why I love this place. No, but seriously. Yeah, next Saturday night, of course, like I said, Chelsea, Alabama, we're going to be staying a little bit closer to home. On November 21st, back with Global Championship Wrestling in Pell City, Alabama. I'll be back behind the microphone announcing and doing commentary. We're going to be...
Don't make me almost slip into the Mad Dog voice. Almost did it just by accident.
Do it.
There's another name to it.
Are you talking about the Legends Fan Fest?
There's another Legends Fan Fest. No, Global Champion. Some bullet.
He does that too well, and even Mad Dog admits it. Yes, back in Pell City, Alabama for the Legends Fan Fest in Pell City at the Pell City Civic Center, Saturday night, November 21st. And wrap up the month of November on the 20th.
I would love to hear you wrap out the month.
Don't even try. No, not even going to do it. Let it go. Going to wrap up the month by making our way back to Peach State Wrestling Alliance, Saturday night, November the 28th for Thanksgiving Turmoil. Already signed for that show, and I love it when I'm actually able to announce matches that are going to take place. Already signed will be the No Pain Train Iceberg taking on Dusty McWilliams in a dog collar match.
Where at?
Peach State, 28th.
Peach State, that's what I thought you said, but for some reason I was still like on GCW.
You were stuck on Global.
I was like, what?
I know. No, like I said, Peach State, 28th. McWilliams, Iceberg, dog collar match. Also,
I thought that was booked for this past show.
No, that was booked for the 28th.
Okay, see, I thought it was booked for this past show.
There was a challenge laid out last night by the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, and Shane Knowles in the direction of Simon Sermon. Mr. Sermon gets to pick the stipulation for the match. Also, on the 28th, in Carrollton, the Heritage Champion, Jimmy Rave, goes one-on-one with the NWA Atlanta Champion, Tommy Too Much. One-on-one, no titles, just for honor, just for pride, just for the fact of one of them's going to whip somebody else's ass.
Just the two of us.
Haven't heard that song in a month.
We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Now,
sorry, go ahead.
Now, let me go ahead and say this one also. We were over yesterday. Myself, the SS Schmidtke, Cosper from the BR family, we were all over at Peach State yesterday. And by the way, I have a message for you. If you don't make these trips, how can y'all go over the logistics and the details for the upcoming show that the three of y'all are going to be a part of?
Why is Mariah Carey now being used in advertisements for Game of War Fire H?
I don't know, but I love her low-cut cleavage.
No. I liked it better when it was the other chick.
Who, Kate Upton?
Yes.
Yeah, she has bigger boobs.
And,
At least I'm honest. I'm honest about it, damn it.
Look, we're supposed to be talking about wrestling here.
I know, but that's what I was trying to say, because part of yesterday at Peach State was the Jim Cornette experience. The Louisville Slugger, the Prince of Polyester, held the full actually about an hour, 20-minute long Q&A, and then also went through a meet and greet with all of the fans who came out for the experience. Great crowd there for the experience. I put it this way: when you get a chance to sit down with a legend like Jim Cornette, it's only going to cost you $10 during the Q&A, and you get a chance for the meet and greet afterwards. It's like, you can't beat that price. Really, you can't. I mean, and then turn around from there, and he also managed in the main event Tyson Dean versus Sal Renaro. Renaro managed by Getz. But I've got to sit back and say, I had a chance to speak with Mr. Cornette a couple of times yesterday, and always the consummate professional. Tuesday, of course, we found out that there is a severe violation of hashtag #HellDamnAsk because Cornette went a little bit off the rails, but that was my fault for not reminding him that we do a traditional radio style show here where we do try to keep everything in certain perspectives. And he let it rip yesterday too. You'd have been on the floor laughing your ass off at some of the stuff Cornette was saying. And yes, he brought up the Dairy Queen incident. God help us all.
What?
I'll let you look it up.
No, I'd heard something about that.
I'll let you.
We've actually talked about it on the show before.
We have, and actually Shane brought it up Tuesday on Back to Basics when we had Cornette on. But I want to say thank you again to Jim Cornette. Thank you to Shane Knowles, Rick Michaels, everybody with Peach State. Yesterday, start to finish, was a blast. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to the fine folks at Eastern Tire in Center Point, Alabama, for helping the SS Schmidtke get back underway yesterday after we had a blowout. With no
wait,
spare.
Y'all didn't even make it out of.
We didn't even make it to Cosper's house.
Oh my God! I thought the way Schmidtke was talking, you guys at least had made it over into Georgia.
No.
You fools didn't even make it to freaking
Schmidtke picked me up at Studio One. We made our way over and almost we were half a mile away from the exit for Cosper, and all of a sudden blowout. He did not have his spare with him. His excuse was, I had a blowout last year, so I used my spare, and I just haven't gotten the spare replaced yet. And if he had it, he only had one of the triangle jacks that doesn't lift a damn thing. So we had he had his roadside come out. We picked it up. They picked up his truck. We took it to Eastern Tire. Once again, great service, great price. Thank you to everybody at Eastern Tire. And then picked up Cosper and got our happy asses over to Peach State.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I know you'd have been dying through this circumstance. Fortunately, we all had something to drink.
I'd have been pissed off and just got one of my friends who live in Trussville to come pick me up and take me home.
Cool. We could have used your friend to go pick up a damn tire.
That's on y'all, dude. And there's Schmidtke is texting right now, I guarantee you.
Guarantee you.
Yep.
If he's saying that I'm lying, he's lying. I'm telling the truth.
Well, now, Eddie, I know that we've had a lot of, there was a lot of, bringing it, as you would say, bringing it back around there. There was a lot of great, pro wrestling throughout the South, but, this weekend there was some other stuff that went on. I know Chikara had one show last night, and they wrapped up a show maybe a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
At the Wrestle Factory.
Right.
Another favorite of mine. I have not found the results yet, but Old Fashioned Wrestling, which I really want to get those DVDs. So we need to make a deal with Smart Mark Video. Because I'm too broke to buy them. So, and I'm also too broke to buy a lot of Chikara DVDs.
But
if there was only a way. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. Did you anything that happened that maybe caught your eye there, sure? And by the way, you were right. Paragon, they showed last week's this week.
Yeah. But see, I didn't know if they were going to be. I didn't know if they were just going to go ahead and drop and go a week ahead. But because they'd originally said last week was this week's episode, and this week's episode was actually going to be put on. I mean, last week's episode was going to put on their YouTube channel. So if they
they went ahead and put last week, this week, and they even put a little crawl at the bottom, saying, "Hey, our bad." So, and for those of you who don't. For those of you who don't get, or who don't know what we're talking about when we're talking about Paragon Pro Wrestling, it's on Pop TV.
Correct.
Now, I know you know that. Now, Pop TV is not a normal channel. Didn't it used to be? Well, it used to be the TV Guide channel, right?
I'm really not sure.
Because I know at one point, you had the TV Guide channel that would, and God, for anybody who grew up when cable boxes first came out and there was TV Guide channel. It was the rotating guide.
The most annoying channel in human creation.
Only because you couldn't, like with a regular DVR, you couldn't zip forward and zip back. You had to sit there and you had to watch, and you could only watch for an hour to an hour and a half ahead.
Yeah.
And that's all you knew. So
and thank God back in the
if you missed what you were looking for, you'd have to wait for your channel to rotate
back around all over again.
Yeah. So, but I know that used to be. I want to say that used to be the TV Guide channel.
Now they've had a time change.
Yeah, they were on at yesterday morning, like at 7 o'clock, I think.
Correct. They had been broadcasting at 6 a.m. Eastern, 5 Central, but they have now changed their time to where they are broadcasting at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central Time. Beautiful time slot. Love the change.
By the way, I'm being told that you need to play the video where Schmidtke made Wicked sound like a Christian.
I'm not playing it on this damn show. I'm not even going to play it on TBD. To hell with that.
Anyway, but back to the thing. Yeah, if your cable provider, comes up with if you can get Pop TV, then check out Paragon. It's it's definitely one of those alternatives. If you flip that bowl, so help me God. If you
here go the guinea pigs.
Oh, me and Joe's about to fight. Joseph, there you go, good boy. But no, if you're tired of I will punch you in your little guinea pig butt. If you're tired of the WWE, and growing tired of TNA, which admittedly some of us have, then there are a few options out there depending on where you live, what cable providers you have, and all that good stuff. So it is out there, people. And of course, and you know what? If you want to watch NXT, yes, I'm washing my hands because I touched the guinea pig bowl and I'm very OCD. If you want to watch NXT, I don't know how they handle the big events, but if you want to watch NXT but not have to pay for the network and you have a Hulu subscription, you could still watch it there too.
What's your window? 2 days later, 3 days later, what?
On NXT?
Yes.
I think either that night, day, or the next day.
I think it's next day.
Yeah. Which is not bad. So, but I don't know how I have to go back and look and see how they handle the big deals. But yeah, so, and yes, I know NXT is part of the WWE, people, but it's so much better.
Agreed.
In my opinion. Because, apparently there's some people who think that, Roman Reigns, is this, hangs the sun and the moon. He's good, but he's not that good. But anyway, yeah, there's alternatives out there. So, just saying. But yeah, there's a lot of shows going on. Some other people have some shows. I can't think of what other companies put on any shows. Anything your way there, Senor?
Actually, not right off the top of my head, but tell you what, do me a favor, hold that thought. Let's go ahead and go to the bottom of the hour break, which means hour one of the books. We'll be back Beyond Ringside Live Win in just a minute. Hang tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans from around the world, I'm Lightning Mike Quackenbush, the master of 1,000 holes, and you're locked in for Beyond Ringside.
The To Be Determined show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Monroe, Fast Eddie Layne, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here, live, every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
This is Merciless Ray Mercer, Olympic gold medalist and board member of Find the Dream, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
This is Danny Cage from the world famous Monster Factory, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited,
uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
This is the Crowd Wrestler fan. This already Dave Wills. Yes, sir. And believe me, you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark MaBo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Hello, this is Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express, 8-time NWA World Tag Team Champions, and the true independent outlaw wrestler of the world. You're locked in Beyond Ringside.
This is Angel Orsini.
This is the Human Hand Grenade, Danny Only.
This is Dirty Dutch Mantel.
This is Liz Savage.
This is Vinny O'Brien, 2010 Golden Glove champion. This is Gabe Sapolsky from Dragon Gate USA and Evolve Pro Wrestling, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
Let's do this thing. 18 before the top of the hour on this Sunday night kind of thing. Fast Eddie Layne over here. Mark MaBo Bowman, welcome back.
Hold on, I'm drinking. There we go, water. There we go.
Well, considering I know you're straight edged, I pretty much don't think it would be anything other than water or soda.
Oh my God! Okay, real quick. We'll get back to pro wrestling. I know we sometimes wander off the beaten path of pro wrestling here, but
no, us.
Oh no. But I'll have real quick. I'll have results from key decisions, Chikara's show yesterday, and challenge point standings here.
Okay, go ahead.
But excuse me. But so I'm trying to lose weight, her. But I'd switched from sweet tea to Milo's what's the yellow stuff, Splenda, and still I'm trying to get off that. So I've switched to Target has a sugar-free drink, drink powder, which I'm sure it's not 100% sugar-free, but still. And it's also a nice change up to tea anyway. Doesn't brown your teeth as much as tea. But so I buy the packets. It's in a little tin. By the way, kids, just because I don't, work at Target anymore, I do support saving money. So get the Cartwheel, WHEEL, Cartwheel app for your phone. Look it up. You can save. It gives you percentages off certain things, certain items in the store, everything from clothes to groceries to electronics, entertainment, whatever. Just about anything in the store. They rotate them out as far as percentages and what items and stuff. Hillshire Farms right now. I think it ends today though. Hillshire Farms, 40% off, Eddie. 40% off some Hillshire Farms. Like if you want like a nice kielbasa or whatever, the one in the package. And there's 40% off, son. That's all I'm saying. 40% off.
And before you do purchase that, folks, I'm not going to get political. I swear I'm not. I'm just going to sit back and ask you to read the label and double-check country of origin and processing.
Anyway, I'm going to encourage you people because it's delicious. I don't care if there's... I'm not going to say it because I don't want to offend people this much, but... I'm
not going to tell you.
Hey, look, as long as they're not putting mayonnaise in there, I don't care. But I'm just saying, like, those are some of the examples. And I had a, percentage off for Target's brand. I think it's Market Pantry drink powder mix. Okay, and I'm thinking it's the kind you get in the store, you dump in the bottle of water, shake, 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 drink, boom, there you go.
Shake, 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 shake your booty.
Yes, shake it off. Anyway, that was for you, Boar. He is the Boar. He is the proletariat Boar. He is the proletariat Boar of Moldova. But anyway. So I thought it was one of the single packs. I was like, well, that's awfully big for a single pack, but I didn't think anything about it. So, I can normally dump it in a glass, normal glass or cup, plastic tumbler. Stir it with a spoon, because I don't keep bottled water around. Drink it, boom, no big deal. So I dumped this packet in there and drink it, and I was assaulted with way too much flavor. I was like, well, that's unusual. Yeah, turns out that is for, that one packet is for an entire pitcher of drink. Yeah. Needless to say, people, I mean, I don't drink, alcohol, liquor, never have, probably never will. I don't care how bad it gets or how good it gets. But, I can only assume that's what you people go through when you first taste a vodka or something. I don't know, what's supposed to be mixed and watered down? Something like that, a bourbon? I don't know.
Okay.
But, yeah, I drank it, and it hit me hard. I was just like, oh, my God. So, read the labels, kids. Read the labels. So, but, yes, I'm just drinking water right now. Back to you in the control room, Eddie.
Congratulations to Combat Zone Wrestling for their event Cerebral. CZW Wire champion Joey Janela pinned Joe Gacy, who was also injured during the match. Ohio is for Killers member Eric Ryan defeated the NOI's Connor Claxton. A good friend of ours here on BR, Tim Donst, picked up a victory against David Starr. Matter of fact, I do believe that it is David Starr who is going to be a special guest on Wrestle Rage Radio a little bit later on this evening, going live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Also slated to be joined by Cute Ball Carmichael as well. Death match, barbed wire, light tube bundles, and then some, or barbed wire board and light tube bundles. Alex Colon from Ohio is for Killers pinned the Nation of Intoxication's Danny Havoc. There is a lot of great things going on up in the northeastern U.S. Like I said, I would love to be able to hit the road trips. Excuse me. Now, want to go ahead and say this. Combat Zone and WSU have a double bill coming up less than 2 weeks away. Saturday, November the 21st, 4 p.m. for WSU. Combat Zone Wrestling at 8 p.m. all Eastern Time. This will be at Flyer Skate Zone, 601 Laurel Oak Road in Voorhees, New Jersey. This is a tag team match that I would kill to see. Pepper Parks, Allison Kay, taking on the Bulldozer Matt Tremont and Jessica Havoc. That should be good. Anything you want to lay out there about that one?
No, but Jessica Havoc is very scary.
WSU Championship will be on the line. Leva Bates defending against Solo Darling. Also, as part of the WSU event, Team Tremendous taking on the Dollhouse. That's going to be...
Wait, Team Tremendous?
Yes.
Dan Barry and Bill Carr?
Yes.
See, wrong. That's Team Tremendous Investigations. Team Tremendous was Dan Barry and Ken Scampy. Get it right, buddy.
I'm just going by what was on the poster.
But they're taking on the Dollhouse?
Yes.
So, Miriam, Marty Bell, and those two.
Yes.
Because I don't think Bubblehead.
I don't think Bubblehead's actually in it.
Huh?
I don't think Bubblehead's in it. Wait a minute, which Bubblehead?
Oh, at the event? Yeah, she don't leave TNA.
Who don't leave TNA?
Bubblehead.
Which Bubblehead?
The leader of the Dollhouse.
I thought that changed.
I don't know. I haven't watched TNA in a while.
I've tried. I really have.
I know, right? Dixie, we're trying. We really are.
There's just some things that we can't. I mean,
And then you film like 18 weeks in advance, and now that you got guys in the tournament, and they're showing up on NXT. Come on, Dixie, get it together, babe. You have a great company. You have a great roster. Find the writers. You can do it.
yeah, good luck with that.
Eddie Lane's not doing anything right now. Dixie Carter.
Robert Cosper's not doing anything right now, and he'd love to write.
Robert Cosper would love to be able to learn to write.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, actually, Cosper's got a very creative mind. You should have heard some of this.
He just scrawls on the inside of his cave.
Yeah, pretty much. By the way, I want to remind everybody real quick, next Saturday, November the 14th, Real Canadian Wrestling taking place at the Evansdale Community Hall, Red Deer, Alberta. Also next Saturday, nope, that one's not taking place.
As opposed to what, fake Canadian wrestling?
No. There was another event that I was about to mention, but I understand that it is not going to be taking place next week.
No, but I'm just saying there's Real Canadian Wrestling as opposed to what, fake Canadian wrestling?
As opposed to pseudo-Canadian wrestling.
Studio.
Thank you, Phil Collins. Rowville, Australia, 8 p.m. local time. Professional Championship Wrestling at the Polish Club, 1325 Stud Road.
Wait, Polish or Polish?
It could be either one.
And what's the name of that country / continent again, there, Eddie?
Australia.
What? I'm sorry.
Australia.
Are you okay?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
F off.
You're not having like a mini stroke.
Saturday, November 14th, Elite Canadian Championship Wrestling at the Elks Hall, 2272 Lee Square. Oh, God.
Do these Elks know that people are wrestling in their halls?
I hope they do. I hope they're. Well, I wonder if the wrestlers know that there's Elks in that hall.
I know, right? I mean, I know what they. Does that really count as a butt in the seat every 5 inches? Elks are pretty big.
By the way, the city is Port Coquitlam. I hope I pronounced that right.
No, you mispronounced that. I actually know that.
Okay.
It's Port Coquitlam.
Thank you.
I actually know that from listening to Smodcast. Shout out to Wicked. But yeah, it's Port Coquitlam.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Figured you were going to say something about Wiggy for a second there. We haven't spoken to her lately, have we?
Well, no. You have her phone. You have her number. You can call her.
You know how to get in touch with her, too.
Yeah, but why would I?
Never
Keep
mind.
going, fool.
You drag this crap out longer than I do.
But yeah, well, what I say is funny. You're just bringing up names. You're just name dropping for no reason. Keep going.
I don't name drop for no reason. There's always a reason I bring up a name, and I don't name drop. I bring up a name.
Wait, Port Coquitlam.
Saturday, November the 14th in Southgate, California.
By the way, that silence with Eddie shaking his fist at the phone.
No, I swung and missed at the computer monitor. Santino Brothers Wrestling, 9535 California Avenue, Southgate, California, 8 p.m. start time. Los Angeles, California, playing host to Squared Circle Society at the Underground Arena, 926 Ciela. Seriously, Ciela, that's what it says. 6 p.m. local time. Also, Dissension Pro Wrestling at the Sons of Italy Concordia Lodge, 20, located at 34 Center, Torrington, Connecticut. Also from that vantage point, let me go and throw this one out. Next Saturday, November the 14th, Extreme Wrestling Experience, 608 West McKinnon Avenue, Bonifay, Florida, 7 p.m. bell time. You've got events going on next week.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
I've got one I would like to add.
Go ahead.
Well, I have to pull it back up. Also, as soon as I can find the event.
There you go.
Well, I just thought about it as you were saying the events, and I didn't want to leave the page I was on. No, like a kitty. Well, son of a gun. Keep going on. Okay, people, if you're going to do that. Okay.
Did you find it?
Yes. Excellence Professional Wrestling presents 20% gratuity on November 14th.
I was waiting.
No, I'm trying to... they're not very good at this. Here we go. Sorry, whenever the Facebook is moving around on me. 2118 Old Bethlehem Pike in Sellersville, Pennsylvania. 18960, bell time 7 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. So check out what our good friend Edgar Excellence, the kitty, to the best of my knowledge, the only cat in charge of a pro wrestling company. So definitely check them out. Trying to find a card here, but I just see. I know we know that there's going to be the Batiri versus One Night Only, Too Many Cooks versus Damian Adams and Matty Ice, Diana Purrazzo versus Vanity, a little Chikara action here with Icarus versus Hallowicked, plus Kafka the Quiet, Dan Champion, Danger Jamison, Rembrandt Lewis, Grant Akuma, Ken Broadway, Nick the Silent Assassin, as opposed to Nick the Noisy Assassin, Ariella Nix, Smiley, Blind Rage, the Boar of Moldova, Havoc, Eddie's favorite, because he likes to pronounce his name all fancy, Juan Francisco de Coronado, Argus, Matt Sells, and more. I don't know which more, Devin Moore, Petey
It's
Moore.
Juan Francisco de Coronado.
Once again, Eddie's having that stroke, kids.
Ecuador's finest export.
It really is. Sold out the Equidome. Twice.
Travels with seats made of rich Corinthian leather.
No, that's something different.
I know, but who cares?
I know.
It's my
you
show.
were
Screw
rattling
it.
off some results earlier from Combat Zone. Have not seen word on the Chikara event that took place at the Wrestle Factory this afternoon. Have got quite a number of friends there, including Babs and Reed Harris Cooper, in charge over there at, I think he's in charge at #IamChikara on Facebook. But also my good buddy Boney the dog, he's up there. He and you know, don't want to spoil it for anybody, but he may or may not be the Shard or Ultramantis Black. And anybody like two people get that, but that's okay. But last night, Eddie Kingston defeated the Proletariat Boar of Moldova in a Challenge of the Immortals match. Los Ice Creams took on Ophidian and Argus of the Snake Pit, and the Snake Pit won. Arctic Rescue Ant defeated Missile Assault Man. And by the way, Eddie Kingston picked up 3 points, his third point for Grand Championship contention by defeating the Boar. Icarus defeated Snowflake, a.k.a. Kevin Condren, and he picked up his third point. I know you don't like Icarus, but that's okay. Willow doesn't like Icarus. In another Challenge of the Immortal match, BDK versus the United Nations, Pinky Sanchez took on Juan Francisco de Coronado, and Juan Francisco de Coronado picked up the victory. The Gentlemen's Club of Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy took on the Nightmare Warriors of Hallowicked and Frightmare in another Challenge of the Immortals match. They're slowly winding down on Challenge, and I'll get to the point standings on that in a minute. But the Nightmare Warriors picked up the victory, and I've heard that was actually match of the night. So there was a lot of fun there. And the main event, and this I knew it was coming, but this made me smile when I read it, and I can't wait to see the video. The Wrecking Crew, this is another Challenge of the Immortals. The Wrecking Crew, the Devastation Corporation of Max Smashmaster. Dude, that's hard to say, especially when you got to run all their names together. You got Max Smashmaster, Blaster McMassive, and Flex Rumble Crunch, and Jaka. Came out. I don't know if it was a 4-on-4. I don't know what's going on. There's 4 names there, but anyway, Ultramantis Black came out with his Arcane Horde of the Batiri and Oleg. And in their fourth match, everybody knows, Ultramantis is out. I mean, he's hurt, and more than likely career-ending leg injury. Through the mystical dark arts, Ultramantis Black had a hand in resurrecting Cobalt. So Cobalt is back from the dead. It's been over a year because Cobalt, those of you remember, Deucalion killed Cobalt in the first event of Chikara when they were coming back from break. I think it was You Only Live Twice.
Right.
Which is kind of ironic since he was the first one to go. And now he gets to live twice. But he's back. Cobalt is back. I think it's awesome. And Cobalt hit the Demon's Toilet on Flex Rumble Crunch, and the Arcane Horde won. So I think that's great. Cobalt's back. We've had him on the show. The Batiri are officially back together. But with that being said, if Cobalt can be brought back, and then rumors that Farmer Frog is the Estonian Thunder Frog, what about the villains who have passed? Tursus, that other guy, and then that one guy. No, Deviant, I know, was felled. And I want to say the Shard. I haven't got that far yet in the Chikartopia. Anyway, so far with the point standings, it looks like Dasher's Dugout is leading the Challenge of the Immortals with 12 points. Their final match was today. Like I said, hadn't got the results yet. Right behind them is the Wrecking Crew with 11 points, and their final match is today. I don't know how many. I have to look it up. Chronic Court, unfortunately, finished out with 11, but that was their final total. Nightmare Warriors, I don't know how many matches they'll have, but they're still technically in contention with 10 points. But Arcane Horde pretty much eliminated with 8 points. Snake Pit eliminated with 8 points. And then if you want to go mathematically, the United Nations, the BDK, the Battle Hive, and the Gentleman's Club have all been eliminated because they're like 6 and under. So, yeah. Well, right now we've got 2 contenders for the Grand Champion, Hallowicked, with Eddie Kingston and Icarus. I don't know. Now, see, this is something I think would be kind of cool, especially for a season finale. Because, you know, whenever somebody has points for contention, you got to get 3 points for contention.
Right.
For both the Grand Championship and the Campeones de Parejas. But there have always been exceptions to the rules. Like if you've gotten 4, I think it was the Colony, got 4 points. It was against Fist, maybe? 4 or 5 points. And I could be wrong. Everything's running together. But they were able to do because normally things are, you know, for the tag titles are 2 out of 3 falls. Well, this turned out to be a 1 fall to the finish. Or maybe it was the other way around. Might have been the other way around. I get confused at night, people. But I would like to see Kingston and Icarus cash in at the same time and do a triple threat. I don't know if Chikara would ever do that. And I know they haven't done that for the Grand. I know they haven't done that for any of their titles. But I would like to see Kingston versus Hallowicked versus Icarus maybe at the final event. That would be cool. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. Hashtag, just say it, kids. So, and as soon as, I don't think I'll find out any results here before we go off the air, but definitely go to ChikaraPro.com and sign up at the Chikara 101 boards and follow them, of course, on Facebook, Chikara Pro. But if you want to be part of a group, it's a pretty good group. Keeps you up to date on all the happenings, and it's just a really good, close-knit family community kind of thing. It's hashtag I am Chikara, one word. So go join that group. Maybe I'll see you on there. I probably won't talk to you, though. I don't like most people.
He really doesn't.
I really don't. My guinea pigs are all the company I need. They're funny. They're, entertaining. I read a story to them today. So,
well, do me a favor. Let me hit the top of the hour break real quick, folks. Hang tight. We're going to go to the home run round right after this. This is Beyond Ringside Live.
It's me. It's that D to the O to the double G. Always sitting next year near doggy style. The road dog Jesse James, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside. Get it? Got it? Good.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with MaBo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Oh, yes, this is Paul Bearer, and some people call me Percy Pringle III. You're locked in to Beyond Ringside, my favorite radio station. Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Smark Rage from Wrestle Rage Radio, coming to you from the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Join myself and my co-host, Super Stan Grubb, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, as we present Wrestle Rage Radio, where we rant and rave on everything in the world of pro wrestling. Sometimes we'll have a guest. Sometimes it'll be just me and Stan BSing about the sport that we love, pro wrestling. Check us out. Tune in Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, only on the Beyond Ringside Network.
Well, at least you're not singing Cher songs this time.
No, I think you can say Ed Cher songs.
Welcome back in the home run round for Beyond Ringside Live. Fast Eddie Layne over here, welcoming back tag team partner Mark MaBo Bowman.
What is this home? You always say this home run round, yet neither one of us are getting laid. So, how is this the home run round?
You don't know if I'm getting laid or not.
Trust me, I doubt you're getting laid right now on the air, so therefore it's not the home run round.
Okay. In baseball, you have first base, second base, third base, home run.
No.
So if we make it through all four segments, it'd be classified as a home run. Therefore, the home run round. And whereas Wick has paraphrased and calls his final segment the take it home portion of the program, I also refer to this as the home run round because we are taking it home and headed for home plate.
Why can't we just call this the let's wrap this up so we can go watch TV and zombies and food?
I want to let everybody know real quick, this 1 week from today, let me turn the microphone back in the right damn direction.
It usually helps.
Yeah, it does. Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment is throwing a house party on November 15.
I don't know what you come to do. I don't know what... Is Kid and Play going to be there?
Well, guess what?
The Kid and Play is going to be there? I'll go. I don't care if...
Actually, there's some people that work at AWE that you would actually enjoy watching. Ken Lee is one of them, also affectionately known as Mr. No Given. Slang term for intercourse, plurals.
That's my gimmick.
Mr. No Blanks Given.
No fudge given.
That too. Well, I don't know. Don't say it, Eddie. No, I'm not talking about the exotic ones.
Let's go.
Okay. Matter of fact, oh crap, and we got a show to do next week, or I'd be over there for this.
No, we don't.
We have Beyond Ringside. Oh, that's right. I have a personal appearance next weekend, so I'm not going to be here.
Yes, there's a chance, ladies and gentlemen, that if the cause, not to be confused with the one that doses people's lattes, although I'm sure he's dosed somebody before.
Probably.
If he can produce, then this is really going to be a show next week because I'm going to be in charge.
I'm waiting on this.
And there's no telling what's going to happen. There's no telling who's going to be on besides me. Probably nobody. Cosper will not be allowed to talk unless I, press the button and give him the electric shock. So that's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you seriously want to hear, there's people that always joke about how they have the worst podcast in history. If you truly want to be witness to the worst podcast in history, tune in next week. Hopefully Robert Cosper will be able to produce.
I've got to argue one little point. As of the live broadcast, it's not a podcast. It's a live internet radio show. So you've actually digressed on this. You've backslidden. God, I'm trying to figure
Backslidden?
There you go.
I've backslidden.
You backslided.
Backslidden.
Special guests next week already signed to appear. Of course, the hierarchy will be there, referring to Jimmy Rave, Murder One, and Chip Day. Coming in for this show, J.T. Dunn making his return to AWE. Wait for this one, kids, because you're going to hear MaBo's heart skip a beat. Kimber Lee will be with AWE next week.
You penis. Oh, you're not going to this one, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're a douche. And it's on a Sunday, too.
A man we just mentioned with Combat Zone Wrestling and AIW and a number of different companies in the Northeast, David Starr, comes down to Atlanta for AWE.
Who cares? Princess Kimberly is going to...
MaBo is having a mark-out moment and an orgasm at the same time.
No, it's not a mark-out moment. I don't mark out. But what I'm saying, though...
Dude, I'm 49 years old and I still have mark-out moments for this business no matter what. I will never...
But I'm just saying it's not fair that one, it's on a Sunday. Like, if it was on a Saturday, I'd probably go.
Well, I also know another reason why you won't go, but we'll talk about that off air. And right now, Schmidtke's probably laughing his ass off.
If Kimberly's going to be there, I would go.
Okay. Even with Ding Dong there?
Oh, just as long as he...
You stay on one side, he stays on the other, and everybody lives.
Exactly.
There you
if he
go.
looks in my direction, I'll throw something at him. But, dude, because it's very rare that, these are stars that don't really make it down. And also, would you say his name, David Starr?
Yes.
Yeah. These guys don't make it down to the South that much, so...
And let me give you another match that has already been signed.
Hit me there, Big Daddy.
Dementia DeRose in the Roar division of AWE will be taking on TNA Shimmer and Shine star Marty Bell.
Oh, so that's another great match right there.
Mm-hmm. So for our wrestling fans, for fans, all of you around the southeastern area, check it out next Sunday, November 15th, Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment. Now, I'm going to give you all a lot more of the information this Tuesday on Back to Basics. I know David Starr is going to be a special guest tonight on Wrestle Rage Radio in about the show kicks off in 45 minutes from now. But from this vantage point, like I said, you've got David Starr, JT Dunn, Kimber Lee, Dementia DeRose, Marty Bell, Chip Day, Murder One, Jimmy Rave, and more. There will be more.
Again.
Huh?
And more. He's always on every card.
Yeah, I know. I wonder how his parents gave him the first name And.
Well, it was probably going to be like Andrew, and he just dropped it, for entertainment purposes.
Schmidtke
and there goes Schmidtke texting me again.
No, he just sent me the text also. Well, he may have gotten both of us on this one. And what Schmidtke doesn't know is that I have this over here ready to read as soon as I can get back to the damn tab. Folks, for our friends in the great state of Alabama, this coming Saturday night, November the 14th, Chelsea High School in Chelsea, Alabama. Hang on a second. It's not Wrestle-O-Rama, Schmidtke.
Or some effing S like that.
No, he actually used the fecal reference with me.
No, he used the effing and the S. With the diabetic Corey Holland.
I know it.
Why is not somebody ran with that? Just be like, that's their, you got, all these different, everybody's always got these different, adjectives for their names. Why not just go ahead and just be like the diabetic?
You still like the Diabetic Club T-shirts too?
I would like to get. There's a couple of friends that I would really like to get. I personally hoping maybe some promoter locally in the state of Alabama would book someone who has access to Bullet Club T-shirts, especially I would like the Trick or Treat Bullet Club T-shirt. I'm not really into buying wrestling shirts anymore, but the Trick or Treat Bullet Club shirt would be awesome if only a certain promoter would book someone that would have access to them. Also, if he would book high spots too, because I don't feel like paying shipping for DVDs.
There you go. No, actually, I know that we've had high spots down here before. Band Scout Jake Manning and the entire crew has been down to a Global Championship Wrestling Live event before, and I don't know what the situation is. Maybe they can make it. Maybe we can get everything worked out before the 21st. I say we because I can, and I'm just dumb enough to say the word "we" in that context because I have nothing to do with the front office anymore.
Then he just likes to go wee.
I'm just an announcer, kids, and I like it that way. I really do, and I know my some dillweed is going to twist what I just said. So for everybody in the front office of Global, please hear my exact words. You have a great commissioner in Bullet Bob Armstrong. I am happy for the times that I spent as commissioner. I'm happy doing announcing right now. Don't read anything else into that. Don't read between the lines because there's nothing there.
Which every time you put inflection on some words and they don't read into it, people are going to read into it. So
because they're dumbasses.
Let's just take it on home.
Okay,
People will stop reading into it.
Saturday, November the 14th at Chelsea High School at the Chelsea High School Gym in Chelsea, Alabama. And I really wish somebody would have uploaded the full-size version of this effing poster. 10510 County Road 11, that is 35043 for the zip code. Slam-O-Mania. Yes, that is the name of what is going to happen. It's by Tiger Pride Pro Wrestling.
Wait. Okay, that's Slam-O-Mania. What did Schmidtke say? Wrestle-O-Rama?
Yeah, that's what he's put on my message also. The SS Schmidtke added again.
Right, so.
Actually, great friend of ours, legitimately great friend, Corey Hollis, featured on this show, actually in his hometown of Chelsea, Alabama. Also from Leeds, Alabama, the Dream Chaser, Dylan Cook, slated to be on this event.
And his forehead.
And his forehead. Actually, he has his comb over done on this one, and he's a kid.
I was talking about it. Well, not really so much his forehead, but his prominent brow ridge, like many Neanderthals.
Floor seating, $15, $10 for bleacher seating, and second tier seating is only $8 right now. So, and this is something that I'm just going to have to go ahead and lay out there. The person who created the poster put the words "card subject to change" on the poster, but yet they haven't mentioned the damn match that's going to be on the show.
Well, that's why the card's subject to change. It could just be Dylan Cook taking on Corey Hollis.
You know something? That would be a good match. That would actually be a good match. I mean, Dylan Cook has come a long way. And when you take away all the other distractions, like, he was voted Rookie of the Year and Wrestler, all the different things from the different fan awards, which all of us appreciate, all the different accolades which are bestowed in our directions. Even when you run your own website and you set up a poll or an end of the year awards, and on the last day you amazingly come from 20 votes behind to 50 votes ahead, to let everybody know that you're rigging the votes on your own damn contest, Jason Neal. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm not afraid to call people out. Screw it. I'm tired of being nice. But seriously, for our friends in the central Alabama area, next Saturday night, damn straight, Chelsea High School Gym, Chelsea High School, Chelsea, Alabama, Tiger Pride Pro Wrestling. Check it out. There was another event that I really wanted to make a reference to, but I'm going to put that on hold because I've got a lot. Oh, that's what it is. On November 21st, Barnesville, Georgia, WrestleMerica, Thanksgiving Thunder.
Speaking of guys who have access to Bullet Club t-shirts.
At the Old Academy Gym, 118 Academy Drive in Barnesville, Georgia. Movie star John Kopp going to be there. Tyson Dean, good friend of ours, will be on there. Iceberg slated to be there. Really? What the hell are those t-shirts? Amber O'Neill Gallows will be there. Mr. Anderson will be there, and a whole bunch more. Ringside seating, $12. General admission, $10. Family 4-pack. Online special is available. And general admission seating is available first come, first serve. You either get it or you don't. Mark MaBo Bowman. Last call.
I ain't got no last call. Let's go, man. We've covered everything. Seth Rollins blew a knee out. Shikara had a show. Cobalt came back. CZW had a show. We've made fun of people. We've probably bored people. We've ignored people. NASCAR, football, guinea pigs. Yeah, we pretty much had our typical show. So, and of course with pop-ins by Schmidtke via text. So
you scare me sometimes. Let me go ahead and run this down real quick. Once again, case point scenario in play. Wrestle Rage Radio with Smart Graves and Stan kicks off in about 38 minutes from right now for everybody listening on the live side. This 8th day of November 2015. The brand new edition of Midnight Black Mass with Reverend Dan Wilson and Andrew Alexander slated to kick off in its regular time slot of 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. Beyond Ringside Back to Basics returns this coming Tuesday night, November the 10th. Wednesday night, November the 11th. The To Be Determined show returns 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern time, and on the 4th. 9.
Seriously, when you talk to Wicked, just tell them 9 p.m. 9.
It's 9 p.m.
9.
Wasabi ni hayaku.
No.
I can do that because I want to. I don't care how wrong it might sound. But on Saturday the 14th, also, Beyond Ringside Shooters Gallery will be open. You got it. 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central Time. At Beyond
Wait,
Ringside.
is that the new Saturday show?
Huh?
Is that the new Saturday show?
Yeah, Shooters Gallery.
Okay. I didn't know. Like, it's had so many names.
No, it's been Saturday Showcase since the inception. And that was the original Beyond Ringside Live. Then I took Beyond Ringside Live to Sundays because of the factor of I'm happy with Sundays. And Sundays is the flagship. There. Oh, God, no, you didn't. For me personally, at Fast Eddie Layne over
Hey,
on
wait a
Twitter.
minute. You just said last call. You didn't give me no shameless plugs, dude. What the hell?
Okay, Mark MaBo Bowman, shameless plugs.
Yeah, shameless plugs. I would like to dedicate my shameless plug to a wonderful organization, Safe Haven. Don't you fade on me, picture. Safe Haven Animal Rescue at safehavenanimalrescue.org. They're based out of Oklahoma, where the wind goes whipping down the plains. But if you're in the Oklahoma area, and they just I learned about them through various guinea pig message boards and stuff, and they're great people. Helping find these little furry fellows and ladies' homes. But they're more than just guinea pigs. They're cats, dogs, and all that other stuff. So if you're in the Oklahoma, if you live in that area, I know it's a pretty decent-sized state, but they'll work with you. Check them out. SafeHavenAnimalRescue.org. If you want to throw some wwws in front of it. And if nothing else, if you could maybe throw them a couple of shekels their way. If not them, then maybe if you're in Birmingham, maybe the Greater Birmingham Humane Society or any others. Because, it costs money to house these animals and feed them. So, if you can't adopt, at least, if you get a little extra money, throw them that way. Like I was saying earlier, I won a little online auction. It wasn't, it wasn't much. It was like $15 for some items for my piggies. Also got a wonderful book, 2 wonderful books, one from Animal Planet about guinea pigs. It's a pretty thick book, too. And the other was the author's name escapes me right now, but she wrote a little book about rescuing a guinea pig. They threw that in there too. So, always check out SafeHavenAnimalRescue.org. Because you know what? It's not just when you adopt an animal, you don't just better your life; you better their lives too.
I'll agree to that. And by the way, for the record, I do stick with the shelter pet program. Don't shop, adopt. Beautiful thing. Still missed a puppy. That's the only way to say it.
Don't start, because then even though she and I only ever saw, hump the leg.
Well, it's been happening a lot lately because, of course, everybody knows about. We had to put ours down a couple of months ago. Wick just lost a canine member of his family, and I know of a couple other friends who've actually had situations with pets as well. So, it's like I say, when you're seriously considering getting another pet, put everything in proper perspective. Adoption is a beautiful thing. Trust me on that.
Oh yeah.
Once again, from there, I want to go ahead and say thank you to Doug, Soup, everybody over at Saw's Juke Joint. Looking forward to working with them this coming week. Thank you to everybody.
Which Saws are you at? Because
Mountain Brook.
Okay, so the one, is it technically Mountain Brook? What's it? The reason why I asked is because I drive for a living and I see there's one right down from our shop,
right,
and then there's one right past.
We can talk about this part off air.
Yeah, sorry, I get distracted.
And you blame me
We're
for
not
this.
off the area?
No, I'm trying. You interrupted again.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And of course,
you to everybody at that location of Saws for giving Eddie free food.
There you go. And from that vantage point, also, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody this coming Friday night at Buffalo Wild Wings in Alabaster. Good Lord. It's been crazy, and it keeps getting more and more crazy, so I'm just going to leave it at that. BeyondRingside.com is the...
Wild Wings.
Huh?
Don't say Buffalo Wild Wings right now.
Okay, let's take it home. For Mark MaBo Bowman.
My butthole's on fire. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Go out there and support your local. I thought we were off air, dude.
No,
I have a
Dinkweed.
time right now, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
Until next time, this is the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Layne saying Elvis has left the building, and I'm still trying to get the hell out of here. Join us next time.
Body bag.
Join us next time.
I thought we were done.
Shut up.
Go beyond ringside. Bye for now.
Yeah, what that dillweed said.
Don't be mad because I'm going to do a better job hosting next week than you've done in the past 7 years.
Please do.
Just get Cosper in line.
He'll not even get Schmidtke to come on as long as he keeps it clean.
Oh, that won't happen.
What, him coming on or him keeping it clean?
Keeping it clean.
He knows better. This is the franchise. Don't F it up.
Well, this could be a dry run of our new show.
As long as it's not the dry heaves of your new show. Easter eggs done. We're out. Bye-bye.